My beloved child, pause for a moment and feel the gentle stirring within your soul, the barely perceptible yet unmistakable quickening that whispers of something new rising from the depths of who you are. And let these words settle deeply within you, for they are not born merely of thought, but breathed into existence by my love for you, a love that knows no measure, no boundary, and no end. You have stood long in the winter of your spirit, feeling the cold winds of disappointment and the icy touch of weariness pressing heavily upon your heart. And though the world may have seen your strength, it has not glimpsed the secret aches carried silently behind your quiet smiles and brave words. Yet I have seen them all, counted each tear, and held each trembling prayer as precious beyond compare. Now, my dear, hear me clearly. A new season dawns upon your life, not because of the turning of the calendar, nor the shifting of time, but because I, the Eternal One, have declared it so. This season is not measured by the rising and setting of the sun alone, but by the transformation I am kindling within you, a holy work of renewal that begins not outside, but in the sacred chambers of your very soul. You may feel the trembling of old fears, like shadows dancing along the edges of your heart, whispering doubts that question whether you are ready, whether you are worthy, or whether you are strong enough to embrace what lies ahead. But hear my voice above the murmurs of fear. It is not by your might, nor by your striving, but by my spirit flowing within you that new strength will rise, quiet yet unyielding, gentle yet unbreakable. This strength, my beloved, is not born of frantic effort or restless ambition, but emerges in the stillness where you dare to trust me fully, surrendering what was to receive what is yet to be. For it is in the surrendering, not in the clinging, that your spirit finds its wings. Imagine a field after a long, harsh winter, cracked earth, brittle stalks, and the remnants of last season's struggles. Yet beneath that seemingly barren ground, life stirs invisibly, roots deepen unseen, and tender shoots begin their silent ascent toward the light. So too within you, something sacred awakens, a hope not of your own invention, but a gift I plant in the soil of your waiting heart. My dear, do not despise this season of waiting, for though the world may call it wasted time, I call it holy preparation. A divine pause where I weave into your spirit a strength that circumstances cannot steal. A resilience forged not in the absence of trial, but in the intimacy of my presence, amid your trials. I know how often you have looked at your life and seen only the scars, the mistakes, and the moments you wish you could erase. But I tell you now, those very places where you feel most broken are the places I have chosen to pour in new strength, turning wounds into wells of compassion, regrets into rivers of wisdom, and failures into fertile ground where grace will bloom. You may ask, Lord, how can new strength arise from my weariness? How can hope live where disappointment dwells? And I answer, because I am the God who brings streams into the desert, who calls life out of lifelessness, and who breathes newness into what seems beyond repair. My child, I see not only who you have been, but who you are becoming. A soul refined by fire, a spirit strengthened by surrender, and a heart enlarged by love that has learned to lean on me rather than itself. For this new season I am bringing is not defined by what you will accomplish alone, but by what I will accomplish in and through you when you yield your weakness to my perfect strength. Feel my words wrapping gently around your weary heart. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And let this truth take root so deeply that when doubts rise like a flood, you stand anchored in the certainty that you do not walk this path alone. In moments when the shadows of yesterday try to creep back into your mind, remember that I am the God of the present, not merely of the past. And though I have seen every step you took, even those you wish you had not, my gaze does not linger on your failures, but rests lovingly on your faith, small though it may seem to you, yet precious in my sight. I am calling you, beloved, to lay down what you have carried for too long, the regrets that weigh heavy upon your shoulders, the fears that knot your thoughts, and the old strategies that once served you but now only keep you from soaring. For in this new season, you will not need what once protected you, for my protection will surround you like a shield. You may feel as if the weight you carry is too heavy to set aside, but lean into me, and you will discover that what feels impossible by your strength becomes possible in mine. Each breath of trust you take will lighten your load, and with every step into surrender, your spirit will rise, renewed and unburdened. There is no shame in feeling weak, my dear, for it is in your very weakness that you create the sacred space for my strength to enter, to take root, and to transform. And it is in the quiet honesty of, Lord, I cannot do this alone, that heaven's help rushes in like a river breaking free. Let the truth sink deeply into your spirit. You are not being called into this new season to strive harder or to prove your worth, but to walk more closely with me, to rest more fully in my promises, and to allow my love to define you more completely than fear ever could. Do you see, beloved, how the seasons of your soul are shaped not by the world's measures of success or failure, but by the hidden work I am doing within you? And though others may see only your outward life, I see the deep, sacred transformation unfolding silently in the depths where only I can see. When you feel anxious about what is to come, pause and remember that you are not standing at the threshold of this new season alone. I am with you, not merely beside you, but dwelling within you, the source of a strength that will not fail, even when everything else does. I know your fears. Fear of failing again, fear of the unknown paths ahead, fear that you are not enough for what is required. Yet I say to you now, these fears are shadows cast by your gaze turning from me to yourself, and when you turn your eyes back to me, the light of my presence dissolves the shadows until only trust remains. My strength, dear child, does not ask you to pretend you are fearless, but invites you to bring your fears honestly to me. For in that honesty, intimacy deepens, and faith takes root, not as a denial of weakness, but as an embrace of my sufficiency. Consider this: the strongest trees are not those that never face storms, but those whose roots grow deeper with each passing wind, and so too will your spirit, as you remain rooted in me, grow strong enough, not only to withstand what comes, but to stand as a shelter for others seeking hope. You may not yet see how your story will unfold, and that is by my design, for faith flourishes not in the certainty of outcomes, but in the certainty of my character, that I am good, that I am faithful, and that I will never leave nor forsake you, no matter what season comes. Even when the path seems hidden by fog, take the next small step, not because you know the way, but because you know the one who leads you, and trust that each step, though small in your eyes, is guided by my sovereign love. Beloved, this new season may not unfold in the ways you expect. It may ask you to let go of plans you once cherished, to release relationships that can no longer journey where I am calling you, and to step into spaces where your comfort gives way to courage. Yet know this: nothing I ask you to surrender is ever lost. It is transformed, repurposed, and returned in ways that exceed what you could imagine, for I am not a taker of joy, but the giver of life abundant. Do not measure the newness I am bringing by what your eyes can see alone, for what is unseen, the quiet courage rising within you, the gentleness blooming where harshness once ruled, the compassion growing from your own wounds. These are the true signs of transformation, precious in my sight. This strength I give, dear one, is not a shield against all pain, but a power to remain unshaken within it. It is not an escape from life's trials, but the endurance to walk through them with hope that does not fade. When weariness comes, and it will, for you are still human, remember that my invitation is not to deny your exhaustion, but to bring it to me, to lay it honestly at my feet, and to rest in the truth that I do not love you more when you are strong, nor less when you are weary. My love is not earned by victories nor diminished by defeats. It is steadfast, eternal, and unwavering, the anchor that holds you secure when the waves of life threaten to overwhelm. Hear me now, beloved. Your worth is not measured by what you produce or achieve, but by who you are to me, my cherished child. Created in love, redeemed in grace, and destined for purposes far beyond what you can see. In moments when you feel unseen by the world, remember that you are fully known by me. When you feel unheard, know that your every whisper reaches my heart. And when you feel alone, trust that I am nearer than your very breath. Do not rush this season, for its purpose is not merely in its ending, but in its unfolding, where your spirit learns to trust me more deeply, love more freely, and stand more firmly upon the foundation of my unchanging love. My dear, the strength I give is not a loud proclamation, but often a quiet resolve that keeps you moving forward when everything else says stop. It is the quiet yes whispered. In prayer, the gentle forgiveness extended even when it hurts, and the soft courage to keep hoping when hope seems foolish. Amen.